Welcome everybody to another episode of the Pimp, Gimp, and Shrimp Show podcast. There we go. All right.
More positive buttons. It's a good time.
All right, there we go. Hey guys, what's going on? We have a guest with us here today, and this person just wants to be known as the term. What do you want to be called? Drew.
The Druinator.
The Druinator. No. Yeah. Oh, we got a lot of things we can call you, buddy. We'll just call you Drew. We got our guest, Drew. Welcome, everybody. Yes, sir, Drew. There we go. And of course, we have Mr. Smoothballs back again in the studio. Mr. Buttermilk, we missed you, buddy, last week. Right back in the studio.
Well, what about you?
Smelly LaFoot. Oh, yes. You're lovable. You're adorable. You're totally kissable. Smelly LaFoot. Not from you
Why
guys.
you look like a fucking teddy bear when you introduce
I have no idea.
I'm cute.
Why not?
I'm small. I'm cuddly.
Because I'm tiny. I fit in your pocket. I'm to go. That's right.
I
I'm
hate
getting
people
you.
who back their cars
That's
into
right.
the parking spot.
I'm also very angry.
There you go.
That's right. Anyways, so today's episode, we're going to do 90s nostalgia. Marie, this is brought here by Drew. It suggested a 90s nostalgia. So we say that's not bad.
Drew's
you know,
a terrible name. I want a cool name like you guys.
What's your Xbox name?
Breast
I
milk
don't have
man.
Xbox. I don't have an Xbox name.
What's a gamer tag name?
Oh, Juicifer.
Juicifer.
Yeah, Drucifer.
Drucifer. Ah, there we go. All right, he's now dubbed as Drucifer.
Bad decision.
That's right, Drucifer.
Lucifer.
So obviously, and we were just talking about this. You know, everybody's at a different point in the '90s. You were born in 2010, so I mean that's you got to look back at the '90s.
You just learned how to walk.
That's
last
right.
week.
88.
Yeah, I was there in the 1890s, so we got a different look on that. Fuck yeah, exactly. No, exactly. When were you born?
1988.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you
83.
the '90s where you're like you're kind
Right
of
up my alley. Yeah.
from your TV and your music and your just whole toy thing is all right in that.
Yeah, TV, music,
Hit you.
toys,
And so you're.
Well,
you're
I
still-
was born today, 35 years ago.
Oh, happy birthday, brother! Wow, we did not know that. Wow.
That's right, you are Cancer.
Birthday, fucking hey.
Damn, all these July
Recording on his
motherfuckers'
birthday,
man.
you are welcome. Yeah, everybody
That's the
out
money
there.
shot,
That
man.
is the
Bigger
money-
picture. Come on, the bigger picture is just show.
Talking about masturbation and money shots. What next is going on? Well, I hope you're gonna do something fun for yourself today, buddy.
This guy's some breast milk.
So let's jump into it, man. So, what do you think when you think of the '90s? You know, other than family and growing up, just actually the stuff that we deal with as toys, music, or TV. What brings you? What's the first thing you think of if you think of the '90s?
I just think about good times. I don't think about anything really negative about
Scrambled
the
porn.
90s. Scrambled porn, I remember that too. That was
Right,
cool.
yes.
Scramble wrestling. I
Scramble-
watched that.
you've- wrestling.
I didn't have the box, so everything I had to watch was scrambled. But I could hear it.
Right.
I just listened to like the radio. Like
Right.
this.
Listen to your
I saw
old
so
man
many.
just,
I just sat on my mom's bed and just like she could
Watching them,
Her was the
yeah.
only TV that did it. And then sometimes I'll get a little body piece.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So let's
She
just
thinks you're watching porn. You're actually just watching like The Rock
so
take
any of
on
the
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
any of the younger
Rey Mysterio did
people
his
that don't
mask
know what life was like without phones and really
Cell phones.
internet TV basically was before then was it's
You've got
satellite and sometimes even before satellite really took off too, it was just regular cable. So you have hit channels that you weren't supposed to get with, they're scrambled, but every once in a while you can see a little something.
We had those TV
porn, or wrestling or any kind of sports stuff.
Pay-per-view channels,
You can kind of hear it a little bit.
Remember the dials?
Yes, yeah, you kinda messed
You
the
always
dial.
had that one TV in the house that
Yes.
wasn't like it was kind of dated, and you had that was usually the video game TV.
Yes, right.
Where you had to hit the top.
Yeah, if you
and then
fuck with it
do
enough,
right.
exactly, yeah.
Channel 3. And you had to
Oh,
put
how
channel
times
3.
have changed.
Right,
No.
exactly.
The video game TV is like the fucking TV.
That was the best
now.
TV now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right, exactly. So, all right, but what about like '90s shows or events or what do you guys? Now, remember, so my stuff is so different. You guys had more impressionable years growing up there. Not that mine weren't either, but
shows, I would say Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I remember watching that on my own. It wasn't even like for class or anything. I remember just
remember
being
South
a
Park.
kid, just turning that on instead of
90s?
watching
It was
other
90s,
shows on
third
TV.
grade.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Third
oh,
grade.
Bill Nye's on.
Right, and that was that show was enough. Or like, it wasn't like they made you watch it. It was fun enough to
it-
watch
it
it on
was-
your
yes,
own.
it
And
was
as a kid,
that
they made
entertaining.
you learn and made it fun. Those
Yeah.
assholes!
How dare they?
How dare they?
PBS.
I like
Yes,
Wishbone too. Wishbone was cool.
Oh,
The
there you
dog.
go. What's the story?
The dressing?
That dog. Wishbone was a
that's
dog.
Yeah, it was a little dog with a little spot on his
Like
eye.
he
like-
time traveled. Like this.
I know American Dads either, but I don't
You don't know
He was
Wishbone?
like
I was just addressing the
Maybe if I
movie.
see it, maybe if I see it, I don't.
Jack Russell, right?
Yeah, Jack Russell.
He
Yeah.
like time travel and had an English voice, but he was.
Was it a cartoon or was it actually?
No,
was
it
it live
was a
action?
real dog. It was
Yeah,
like
it
live
was-
action, real
he was-
dog. But
that's Mr.
they voiced
Peabody.
over the
No,
dog.
he was piled
No,
in
this
with
is a live
he was-
action. Yeah,
but he was
basically.
piled in with Bill Nye though. Like we watched him together.
Ah, okay, gotcha. I was
And
talking.
then Magic School
I never
Bus.
really watched the Bill
What?
Nye, but I know of him. I know what he did and everything. Yeah, I know.
Bill Nye's a good man.
Right.
history lesson type
Right.
show. It was
Right,
like
right.
you
Yeah,
taught
it
you
taught you stuff,
history,
right.
so like you relived history,
Gotcha.
but he's the dog.
It's Mr. Peabody, basically. It's just an updated version for the 90s thing. Yeah, it's Sherman and Mr. Peabody, right? Sherman, Mr. Peabody.
You
never heard about-
That's right,
Why
yeah.
would you want to pee yourself?
That's right,
You gotta
Peabody.
watch it, man.
Man, that's weird.
It's the,
Kinky.
What about music like
right, right.
Soundgarden, Nirvana?
Oh, so
Offspring,
just the
Oh,
90s.
Rage Against the Machine.
Rage Against the
Favorite
Machine.
bands.
So the 90s,
Oh, yeah.
91 it was a huge year for music. I mean, just every type of music. It was huge. But 90s is when the grunge broke in. The whole grunge thing broke in from Seattle. Now, I was never into hip hop. What about the hip hop side, guys?
Eminem came around.
Eminem,
That was like the
he
late
came right
90s is when he
99.
basically
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
late 90s.
Right at the end.
What other big
Limp Bizkit,
Snoop
something I
Dogg.
enjoyed.
Limp Bizkit?
Kid
Dr.
Rock.
Dre.
That's my fucking profile picture right now. Profile picture right now.
saw that.
Beastie Boys are
It's
still
why I
going
wear
strong,
my
man.
hat
That's the only
like
person I really
this.
knew of.
It's just, just.
No, like so hip hop. You got almost everyone came.
DMX.
DMX, EPMD.
Popular at
You
the
have
Wasn't it the whole Tupac thing in the 90s too,
Tupac's
right?
90. I remember he died.
That's when he died, right?
Yeah.
That was a huge event.
He died. Selena died. All within the same year.
Mike
Where I'm
Tyson
from,
bit off
Selena's-
an
What,
ear.
what year was
I
that?
remember 97, 96,
Okay.
97.
Well, it was funny
one
'cause-
was 96, the other two were 97.
Right.
So.
You think about it, there was a lot of big artist deaths. Kurt Cobain, another
Yeah, Kurt
huge
Cobain was big.
people who were leading the industry and some of their stuff. You know,
Crazy.
That dude from Sublime.
yeah, he died
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Right before they got big. In fact, that kind of helped propel him more. But
Got
he died.
bigger, yeah.
Celebrity deathmatch.
Ah, there we go. That's fun. Well, that's when MTV really took off as
Neil
not being
Diamond and
not being MTV, but
what's that
like
guy's name?
Anytime I do a decision in my head that's like kind of borderline. In my head,
Questionable.
he pops into my head and like I'll allow it.
Little Mills Lane, little Mills
pops
Lane
over my
voice in your
shoulder.
head, just-
And I'm like, yeah, he does allow it.
Good night.
It's good. Good to
Good
go.
fight.
Give a thumbs up.
It's people who don't know the Celebrity Deathmatch was a claymation of they would just take they take different stars fighting each other like so basically you would
Rival
have
celebrities.
like Harrison Ford fighting Robert Redford or something like that. Yeah, and it was
Britney
really fun.
Spears
Yeah,
versus Christina Aguilera.
It got really bloody and fun. It was on MTV, right? Started MTV. Yeah, and I was gonna say that's when MTV kind of started switching over as being instead of a music channel, just a full. Just showing different shows and stuff.
Yeah,
which
Real World started,
Real World,
Road
and yeah,
Rules,
all the '90s reality
reality
shit just
TV,
really
yeah.
started kicking. I think was it Real World? It was the first one that really.
It was one of those
Took-
two,
right.
Real World or Road Rules.
What was it? VH1 pop-up video.
Yeah, that was good. No, you're good. You want to get closer? Yeah.
Little air bubbles. or
Yeah,
like how they-
a lot of knowledge right there.
Yeah, those were fun to watch. Yeah, exactly.
Or even Beavis and Butthead, the stuff.
Beavis and
That
Butthead.
music you never seen. Like you're like,
Yeah.
what video is this? And you're
Well,
like,
That was cool.
There's a lot of stuff like White Zombie got huge
Yeah.
off Beavis and Butthead.
More human than human.
Right, a Gore, which was
style,
it's like a really
Those
obscure,
weird
but you
guys.
heard about those.
Yeah.
That's another. There's a bunch of people
Those
that
guys
got
are
big from
crazy.
that. Right,
Gore.
exactly. That were fun. Mike Judge came from that basically, and he took off huge.
and you saw King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, yeah, King of the Hill.
You actually
Damn it,
saw
Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
Yeah, you saw the original, like the prototype.
Yes,
for
Hank Hill.
For Hank Hill was
yeah. Well, Hank Hill was actually a neighbor of his when he was a kid. It reminded him of that's where he came
Oh,
from.
yeah?
Yeah, because he
Dang,
did.
kids
And
keep
Daria,
whacking
too,
off
right?
of my camper.
Yes, and yeah. Damn it.
Goes out.
What was the movie when Beavis was jerking off all over in his trailer?
Beavis
And he
and
came up,
Butthead to
yeah.
America.
That's a
Damn
great
it,
movie.
it's all over everything.
That's a classic.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, 91, yeah. Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic came in 91. So 91, I remember looking up a long time ago, 91 albums that came out was the Pearl Jam, the Alice in Chains, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Just go back and look. I don't know about the hip hop world, but there was like 10 of them.
I think Rage came out in
Rage,
1990 or
but it was just that
1991.
in that early 90s,
That
but
90s
91
rock, Smashing
specifically.
Pumpkin, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
You
91 was
had
huge for a lot of
NWA
big
in there.
albums.
Oh, Radiohead.
Radiohead came out. Oh, I love Radiohead.
There's days where I watch. I like a lot of concert videos on YouTube. dated ones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, the 90s was freaking at.
Arnold was the,
The
shit in the
90s.
90s, man.
Arnold
was
Last Action
80s,
Hero.
90s.
shit.
Oh, Hey
That was
Arnold,
amazing.
right?
Yeah.
Hey
No,
Arnold.
no, no. Arnold.
Hey Arnold was
Schwarzenegger.
awesome too.
Oh, Schwarzenegger, gotcha.
I
You
love
gotta-
Hey Arnold.
At first, I was thinking like
I
the
didn't
different
think Hey
strokes.
Arnold, I'm sorry.
I'm like,
Arnold.
and then Hey Arnold. I'm like, well,
Arnold.
The
Terminator.
Schwarzenegger. Yes, gotcha.
Everyone. There was so much transition from the 90s, just like from like passing of the torches.
Yeah.
Like, it was like people starting up, people leaving, and then like I don't know, just like from like cartoons were amazing. Freaking Rocko's Modern Life, Hey
Yeah.
Arnold,
Yep.
Angry Beavers.
Doug, Angry Beavers.
I always thought that'd be amazing.
Two Stupid Dogs.
Amazing lesbian
Ren and
bar.
Stimpy.
name.
Yeah, Angry Beavers. You probably can look it up. It probably is. Yeah,
Sports
just
bar.
angry. Yeah, Angry
No men
Beavers.
allowed. Tapping the sign.
Rename the bar Angry
Yeah,
Beavers.
Angry Beavers.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
Nintendo
it's a
64
butch.
came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Was it the
Golden
90s?
Eye.
Yeah, like
yeah.
90,
Late
91?
90s.
Oh, okay, late
Yeah,
60, oh, 64. No, I got what you're saying.
Nintendo
Yes.
64.
The PlayStation. Sega,
I actually tried hooking that
Sega
up to my
CD.
TV not too long ago.
Don't
Doesn't work because you
Doesn't
need
work?
like the red, white, and yellow
Yeah. Oh, okay.
prongs, and the TVs now, if you're lucky, has like orange or is it blue, green. The
And this one-
90s, you can't bring up Christmas without thinking of like Home Alone.
Oh yeah,
Home
classic.
Alone. There we go.
My son
That's
watched
right,
it the
right,
other
that's
day.
right. Yep.
Had a good time. Yeah.
It's a
It's
good
classic.
movies.
It's hilarious.
Right.
The things when he goes in his room, Bud's room, and he like climbs and gets
Yes. Yeah, to get
everything
the fucking
breaks.
thing.
He's like, oh,
Yeah.
or that one scene where like they're all ordering the pizza, they're all getting ready to eat.
Yeah.
And then the uncle's like an asshole, doesn't want to spend anything. He's like, oh, it was my brother-in-law.
movie.
Yeah.
And like what? Oh, like Bud's like talking shit to him.
Yes.
And like he's like, I ate the last cheese pizza, and he's like, let me
You want
just
some?
shove it in his mouth.
Yeah, yeah. He's
He,
like,
and
there
he,
you go.
he gut checks him.
Yeah.
And then the kid, like everything, like the milk falls on the
on the table,
passports.
yeah, the
Remember a
passports,
lot
you know,
from that
yeah.
movie.
Oh yeah, well, this is a whole like, there's a whole chain reaction.
It's a whole
with it.
chain
Yeah, it's a whole chain reaction happens.
His son, Rory Culkin, the little brother,
Was walking
in there.
behind the chair,
He
got
squashed.
smushed,
He's
but
like,
because it was the father that got right. Yeah, he got smushed on the.
Dude,
Yeah,
there's so the whole scene
that
is
hits me in the
like
feels.
so gold, and you're like, dude, there's so much thing that happened, and everything they say, the words they saying, like you can't say it nowadays. Like it's all like,
Well, the kid that pissed in the bed and he had the Pepsi.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Right,
the
yeah,
one.
that's
what's
right,
his-
yeah.
What was his name?
I forget his name.
know.
Yeah. Because you
me
got to
sad.
sleep with what's
Yeah.
whatever he's drinking. He's all
he
he's drinking
pees
the
the
Pepsi.
bed.
He's looking at him drinking the Pepsi.
He's
Oh,
like
yeah.
smiles.
Fuller.
Fuller, yeah.
Fuller, yeah,
And he
Fuller.
smiles at him. He's like, yeah, you gotta sleep with me. the words they said, you little twerp.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they,
yeah.
like stuff like that. Like,
Look
Yeah.
what you did, you
look
little
what you-
twerp.
Yeah,
That's
look
right.
what you did. Joe Pesci, all the actors, dude. Like just
Daniel
Joe
Stern, Joe
John Can-
Pesci,
John
yeah.
Candy, all that.
Yeah, John Candy's in there.
John Candy was in that.
So you
forgot
take an
about
innocent movie like Home Alone, and now it's like, oh my god, look at they're saying this, they're saying that.
Yeah.
You
It's
do
the same
watch it.
thing
When
with
you watch it now. You're like, damn. They
The
gotta
Sandlot?
all stuff.
Yeah,
There's this
Sandlot
one
came in
line.
that,
There's
yeah.
this one line that came out, and you say it now. It's like, oh, you'll get
Oh,
shunned.
really?
There was like they said something like, "You play ball like a girl."
Yeah,
And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah, right.
You say that now.
Well, even like, right, you couldn't do that. But even if they made the movie now, they could be like, look, this is the way they talked back then. It's supposed to be because remember it's supposed to be when they were kids and stuff. But even then, it's still
But
kind
even
of
they, I don't think they would put it.
they
in
wouldn't do
there,
it. They
no.
wouldn't do it. It just yeah.
Let me ask you guys this: are the '90s special because of our age, and we were all younger then? Because you were in the '80s, that was a special time. Or I know the '90s were special, but
The
are they more?
90s were the best because
were.
there was no internet. Internet
Yeah, it
started
was
coming
entertaining.
along, but internet wasn't at that point where it could manipulate people.
It was the last era of come home when the streetlights come on.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right, here's a '90s movie. Fuck, Airheads.
Oh yes, there is Brendan Fraser,
Yeah,
Adam Sandler, and Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
The three fucking men. That was good.
And Adam Sandler's not even a main star.
No, that's his very first major movie. He wasn't a star, but that's his
Right,
first movie. And then after that, he did Billy Madison.
Saturday Night Live, right? When he came from there.
Yeah, came from Saturday Night Live. I mean, that movie was good.
Classic.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It was fun. But
'90s is just sad for me. I'm thinking about all this stuff. I'm like, man.
It
I think
was like
Pitch Black
remember
came out. That was
1999,
like Vin
right?
Diesel's
Yeah, that was terrible though. When I rewatched
bad,
it, but it was cool at the
Yeah,
time, and now
right.
it's like, oh, this is Mortal Kombat.
Ace Ventura.
The original.
Ace
Mortal
Ventura,
Kombat.
there we go.
Ace
That's
Ventura
Jim
was
Carrey got
classic.
big.
Number 2 was good. The Mask.
The Mask.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I remember just seeing movies. All the Batmans were like just hyped up. And you're like, yeah, let's go.
Batman Forever was in the '90s, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
of them, right?
Just
Either
about all.
the original
Every
or no?
except the very first one. The very first one.
was
89.
Hey, anime. Like they finally came to the
Ninja
US.
Scrolls came out in fucking 90s.
It was
movie.
Ronin Warriors came out. Remember Adult Swim?
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. They really kind of
Yep.
put it on us. And so
Yep.
like our generation.
Tsunami? Or
Tsunami.
Adult
Yeah,
Swim?
Tsunami. Yeah. It was right in the 90s. At the
Right in
end
the
of
very tail
98.
end. Yeah.
When did Pokemon come out?
Same time.
In the 90s.
90s. That was 5th grade for me. I remember I watched the show, but I didn't have the cards yet, and then I started collecting the cards.
Damn.
Yeah, I still
missed
have them.
out.
Those cards were the.
I still
those
have.
cards
Oh,
are
my
worth-
they're at my mom's. I don't know where they're at. They're probably gone. Every time I bring it up, she's like changes the subject. So I'm like, come on, mom, give me some closure. Well, I know like it's in Texas, so it's like there's so much weather, and I'm like they're probably warped.
It's using the scrape the toilets, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's worth it. That's why you
That's
throw in
right,
the
yeah,
trash and you didn't.
all the graphics.
Gets that grime out of that toilet pretty good, man.
Video games, all the video games were out, like Gran Turismo, Tekken,
Gran Turismo,
Mortal Kombat.
Metal Gear Solid.
Street Fighter, Metal Gear Solid. I always
You did
only
the
played the
GoldenEye,
demo on
that was the
one.
first, yeah.
That was a good one. I always got killed on that.
Sad.
Yeah.
I missed the 90s.
I
This guy's he's feeling some feelings
It's
now.
almost
He
30
can't
years
handle
ago.
it.
All the 90s, almost 30 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You guys are all old.
Yeah.
The single season all time home run record was broken in the 90s.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
that's
there for
true.
like
Mark
it was like
McGwire.
from 61 to
Yeah.
Mark McGuire or was it?
it was McGuire.
McGuire and Sosa were going
They-
They
back to
both
back.
broke it, but
They both
McGuire
broke-
broke
yeah.
it first.
Huge baseball moment.
That was good, crazy. It made me watch baseball.
Yeah, got a lot
Until
of people
I
on
started
there.
watching
right.
it.
Well, I started
Cal
watching
Ripken
that just because of that.
Jr.
Oh,
Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was dope. Freaking who else was Texas icon? Freaking Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan.
Hey, the Dallas Cowboys 3 Super Bowls were in the 90s.
There you go.
Sorry, everybody here's a Cowboys
all
fan,
the
but
Cowboys?
that's right.
Dude, Bulls.
The Bulls are doing that. Michael Jordan.
Man, Michael
That's right.
Jordan.
Michael Jordan's baseball?
That
Come
whole style
on.
of play. Yeah, that was that about. He tried, you know.
Well, you know the
Yankees
whole
dynasty
Well, that really
started
shows you
Wait a
how.
minute.
right at
Derek
the towards
Jeter.
the end. Yeah.
you know the whole reason why he
Honestly,
was
though-
in baseball, right?
His dad.
It was his pops or no?
Was it 'cause of gambling?
Gambling.
Yeah, they said he was being punished for gambling.
Oh, yeah, right.
They banned him from a couple of years.
But they didn't want no one to know.
They
They
just,
just said, look, yeah, they
they
brushed
said, like,
it off the side.
right, you
Just go
can
play
make up an
baseball.
excuse, but you're being we don't want anybody to find out. And then later on, it's like, yeah, he was
Oh,
gambling.
He's
yeah.
like the face of the. He's a
yeah.
hardcore.
Yeah, that's why they didn't
And he's not
outright
as,
got him.
He's not as
Yeah.
nice as you think. It's like Emmett Smith. They're like you never.
And we talked about
never
last-
meet your heroes.
Last
you know?
episode, we talked about the tipping
like
thing with
that.
him. We talked about
No
what he's a dick. He
tipping,
doesn't
pippin'?
tip. Like serving me's tip enough and stuff like that. Yeah, me and Arsa Hutch were talking about it.
Call him no Tippin' Pippin, Scotty Pippen.
Oh, yeah, that one too.
Tippin' Pippin.
No Tippin'
Oh,
Pippin.
yeah,
There we go.
Tiger Woods, same
Exclusive.
thing.
Yeah, that's right.
All these guys are scumbags. Charles Barkley was cool though.
Charles Barkley.
Most realest one.
Yeah.
Because even when you hear him
Suns.
talk, he's like he's super nice and all that.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley 90s.
Is there any type of like snacks when, especially you guys being young as the 90s, that you don't really see nowadays? You guys remember any kind of little special treats that you got, like candy bars or snacks?
Cigarettes.
Pop-Tarts.
Those are badass.
There
Pop-Tarts
was a
are huge,
special kind
yes.
of Pop-Tart. It was like the wild berry
Yeah.
Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
The way they coated it.
No
is
way. They
different.
got huge in the 90s,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
Remember?
But they also had like that look of that restaurant style look with the
Yeah.
teal and
Oh,
whatnot. It's
yeah.
like they
Like,
did the same
hey,
thing on
it's
there.
cool like the restaurant. It's right. It's cool like Danny's is now.
I had a lot of ice cream trucks in my neighborhood, so
Yeah.
I always got the
Choco Taco?
for Choco Tacos. But at one point, they had
Goddamn,
the,
bro.
they banned it. They had the cigarettes.
Yeah, it's candy cigarettes.
But they banned it right after, like really
Yeah.
shortly.
But you'd
after.
blow it and they'd have like the
blow it
powdered
out, the
sugar.
powder,
And
and
yeah. Like, ooh, and then,
You eat it up.
I remember doing,
Oh,
again,
yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm cool. Look at me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Were Pixie Sticks around? In
Yeah, they're
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Are they even?
yeah.
Are they around now?
Been
Put
on-
it on the
I don't
floor,
know. They've been on forever. Yeah.
Like your dad.
Snort that fucking sugar. Yeah.
My dad does it.
Yeah. Oh, he gets that orange sugar on his nose.
You're like boom, 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 banging the table.
It might not be around
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
No, they're not there no more though.
What if it was actually picky sticks? It wasn't
was.
cocaine.
That'd be crazy.
No, but he was actually snorting pixie sticks.
Same effect.
I need
He's
to
like,
wake
I don't
up.
see. He's like, I don't really see why everybody likes this so much. I can quit anytime I want. Yeah, I think you
Cracking
got
them.
that
They were so
wrong.
messy though.
Yeah.
They were hella messy.
Ring
Lucas. Which one?
Ring pops.
Oh
Ring
yeah,
Pops.
they still have those.
What about remember those the pouches? It's almost like pixie sticks, but they came in a little pouch with a big
yeah.
stick that you
That white
dip it. Think,
fucking-
yeah, that
It is
white
dip it,
chalk,
yeah.
that piece of chalk, and you ate.
Remember Big Chew gum was terrible. Didn't last
Big League
like 2
Chew?
seconds.
Yes.
Fun Stripe.
Fun
Fun
Stripes.
Stripe was in there like 2 seconds.
I think Fun Stripes were less. Yeah, you got more.
The smell was so good though from the Big
Oh,
League Chews.
yeah.
And you like, and you put it in your mouth and then like beat all that. Like it kind of looked like dip. the way it looked.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
all-
It's shredded. Yeah, it's supposed to
supposed
shred.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it's supposed to.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
makes
supposed to.
sense.
Yeah,
Big
So-
League Chew.
Big League Chew. It's just
Right,
put like
makes
chew,
sense.
and then you had candy cigarettes.
It's all connected
really,
now.
Is that the candy that the gum that came in the box?
For the Big League Chew, it came in a pouch.
It was in a
No,
pouch.
but there was a gum that came in a box.
Bubblicious.
Was it Bubblicious? And like you just like dump it in
Not
your hand and then
Bubblicious.
you eat it, and then it
Oh.
all comes together in your mouth. Like it just starts melting together. And
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember
No,
that
that
one.
was
But the box would be full of sugar.
Bubble
like, if
tape?
you ever-
no, it
I
wasn't.
remember that
Yeah,
too.
with the-
I remember that one. That smelled good too.
There was
Fruit by the foot,
fruit by
right?
it wasn't fruit by the foot, but it tasted a lot like that. But it came in a box, and like when you poured it in your hand, there were a bunch of like little pebble-looking things,
Yeah,
almost like pop rock.
Remember Pop Rocks? That was
Pop
cool.
Rocks. Yeah.
That's
That was,
the 80s.
that was an
Pop Rock
experience.
days.
Yeah.
Oh, Blockbuster.
Oh, Blockbuster. There you go.
Blockbuster was crazy.
sad.
And then they had the Blockbuster Hollywood Video Wars.
Yes.
And then you had Video Time, the little third.
I
third
know about
runner
Video
up.
Time.
I
I'm
remember
right
that.
there
We
with
went
you.
there.
I think it's time we wrap it up, guys. It's written over an hour. It's a good 90s stuff, man. I think we can keep going stuff. I was going to talk about 90s
We're just talking
SNL,
about
man.
being a kid. And
Yeah,
being in
yeah,
the
yeah,
past.
exactly. Yes. Well, cool, man. Thank you, Mr. Drucifer. Which went up with some 90s nostalgia, man. That's a good. It's. We're going to probably put a couple episodes out. I'll cut a shorter one out. Then I'm going to put an extended version out in this. There's a bunch of stuff that we.
Pee Wee Herman got caught jacking off.
Well, that's
That's right,
that's
yeah,
in the
that's
movie
right.
theater.
Pee
He
Wee
was
Herman
allowed to
wasn't
do
going
that,
around
though.
looking for.
That was a
looking for
very
those
controversial
predators.
call because, like, you really think about it. He was in a porn movie theater. Was it a regular porn? Like,
It was a porn movie theater.
Adult-
That's right.
You're allowed to do that.
Adult movie theater.
Was it in the
That's
90s?
I
what
don't
it's
think
about.
you're not allowed to do that. I mean, all those people. It's just,
discretionally. Like,
I'm
well,
sure usually like when it's a nobody, just like, hey, get the hell out of here. But
Right.
they're like, oh, it's Pee Wee Herman.
That's right. Anyways,
Jesus, that was way too accurate.
hey, I was a big Pee Wee fan when I was
He
little.
got touched on.
Pee-wee's Big
That's
Adventure.
right.
Remember, Pee Wee was with a few people, and he was in a circle jerk at that time, so you never know who that was.
Tell him
Anyways,
Marge sent you.
thank you everybody for joining. Please like and subscribe and share. Don't share like Pee Wee Herman. Just share the show, please. Thank you very much. Bye.